With the successful launch of the M4 chip in devices like the iPad Pro, will WWDC 2024 feature the M4 Ultra in the Mac Studio? Interestingly, Apple is one of the few companies that introduces its baseline processors or chipsets first and then releases the more powerful versions later. In contrast, companies like Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA typically debut their most powerful devices first, followed by the mid-range and then the base models. With recent developments, it seems that Apple might be on the brink of introducing a groundbreaking new chip, potentially dubbed the M4 Ultra, at the upcoming WWDC 2024 event. Mark Gurman's recent report shed some light on Apple's plans, suggesting that the tech giant is considering bypassing the M3 Ultra entirely for its high-end desktop lineup. This decision aligns with Gurman's earlier accurate prediction of the M4 chip's inclusion in the iPad Pros. Speculating on Gurman's report, it's conceivable that his sources initially hinted at the M3 Ultra, unaware of Apple's intentions to leapfrog to the M4 Ultra. This inadvertent leak could indicate a strategic move by Apple to keep its competitors guessing while quietly advancing its chip development. Considering Apple's trajectory with the M4, it's unlikely that they would backtrack to release an M3 Ultra now. It wouldn't align with their forward-looking approach to technology. Instead, it's reasonable to expect Apple to debut the M4 Ultra, possibly alongside other variants like the M4 and M4 Pro. Moreover, the long-overdue update to the Mac Mini, which hasn't seen a refresh in nearly 18 months, adds weight to the possibility of Apple introducing the M4 and M4 Pro chips across its entire Mac lineup. This would mark a significant step forward in Apple's silicon journey and could redefine the performance benchmarks for their desktop and mini computer offerings. There's a distinct possibility that the much-anticipated unveiling of new desktop Macs at WWDC 2024 might not come to fruition. In fact, the timeline for the release of these new models suggests that the earliest we might lay eyes on them could be towards the latter part of this year for the Mac Mini, with the Mac Studio and Mac Pro potentially not making their debut until the summer of 2025. These projections are based on insights from a roadmap shared by tech analyst Mark Gurman, outlining the anticipated rollout schedule for the M4 Macs, extending all the way to the summer of 2025. Taking a closer look at this roadmap, it becomes apparent that the release of the Mac Mini is slated for the end of 2024 or even stretching into 2025. This means that despite its age, the Mac Mini would still be powered by the M2 and M2 Pro chips, as opposed to the newer iterations. It's worth noting that by this time, the Mac Mini would have been on the market for 2 years. Similarly, the Mac Studio and Mac Pro may also experience delays in receiving upgrades to high-end chips, potentially not until WWDC this summer or even later, aligning with the timeline for the Mac Pro. This delay could result in a situation akin to that of the Mac Mini, where updates are stagnant for a prolonged period. While this news may not be the most exciting for enthusiasts, it's important to recognize that the transition from Intel to M2 Ultra in the previous Mac Pro model took 3.5 years, indicating that the current situation is not entirely unprecedented. For those eagerly awaiting the arrival of a Mac Studio equipped with an M4 Ultra chip, disappointment may loom on the horizon, as the debut of the M3 Ultra seems uncertain for this year and could potentially be pushed to next year. In the meantime, the M2 Ultra continues to offer commendable performance, and even the MacBook Pro with M3 Max remains a formidable choice for those considering an upgrade. However, for individuals seeking cutting-edge performance, it appears that patience will be required until next year. So, in summary, I think it's clear where we're headed with this. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing any new desktop Macs at WWDC 2024, unless there are new leaks or reports before the event. As it stands, there's no substantial information suggesting anything new is coming this summer. This likely means we won't see any updates or upgrades to the desktop Mac lineup, which is disappointing news. However, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you upset about having to wait until next year? Or do you believe it will be worth the wait, considering the impressive benchmarks we've seen with the initial M4 for the iPad Pros? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Additionally, if you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button. For those interested in staying updated on the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons, be sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications. Until next time, take care and goodbye.